Welcome back. Another thrill-packed Friday for you here with Art and Kevin. I'm Greg. The Post-Walter Show episode. What episode is this? Art, do you have any
Um,
idea?
we're up to
All
67 or
right.
68, somewhere in
Almost
that
70.
area.
Very good, very good. We are in the middle of summer. It's July, what, 18th?
Yes,
It
sir.
is.
Yeah, July 18th, 2025. The world keeps marching. Tons of AI stuff. We'll do the roundtable, see if there's anything that came up, Art, in our industry. Anything new in copiers?
Yeah, we're going to talk
Yeah,
about some news in the copier industry, and then we're going
excellent.
to move to what's new with AI. We're going to talk a little bit about Celeste today
Hmm.
and how sales reps can interact with the Celeste and some of our upcoming projects, right?
We got a lot. We have an
Yeah,
awful lot.
we got a
Yeah,
lot.
that's cool. We'll throw some robotic stuff in there too, I think.
Of course.
Yeah, I like the robotics. All right. Let's start with the industry. I saw a headline today, this morning. It had nothing. It said, "So and so becomes the Xerox of the music industry." Right? I mean, that was the headline. And it had something to do with music. He was an old singer. I shouldn't say that. A past singer, and that his music had now been deadened into a copy of a copy of a copy of his music. So it was, it caught my eye because you don't ever see Xerox in the headlines. I think it was even the Rolling Stones. But
Really?
yeah, I mean, and using the old analogy, and it isn't photocopier or copy machine, it's a Xerox, right? That's how huge the brand was at one time. You
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
make copies, right? You made a Xerox of a document. So it's like
Correct.
Kleenex.
Nobody
So
said the
see,
word
yeah,
copy, and there was no copier at the time. It
yeah.
was, I had a Xerox machine, or
Hey,
I have a Xerox machine, or I'm getting a Xerox machine. Even if you weren't getting a Xerox machine, you called it a Xerox machine.
right, right. It's nostalgic, I know, but oh, how the mighty have fallen. It's like I think their stock's down below $5 a share now, and they've still got a marketing budget. You can tell that. But even that, I mean, you remember the days when Ursula was there and things were
Yes.
hopping, and that's back when Rico bought Icon. I
Yeah.
think that was the heyday of the industry. To be honest with you, I think ever since then, and HP was still slugging around with their edge lines. They were still, there was a good competition going up there. Didn't matter if the machine sucked, but didn't matter. And even HP back then. Remember they had all those new CEOs come in. One of them ran for president. That was just a crazy time in our industry. It's kind of
Right.
sedate right now. But yeah, so that's
And,
my
you,
contribution.
and you're talking the 2000s, right?
Yeah, 2000s. Let's see, 2011, I think 2012 was when HP switched and Rico was bought, or yeah, Rico was, when did they buy Icon? Maybe 11 in that range. So yeah, back
15,
then. Yeah.
15, 15,
Yeah. Was
15
it
years
15?
ago, somewhere
Oh
in
yeah.
that range. Yeah.
Yeah. When management services was huge, I guess. I wouldn't say it was huge, but was an issue back then. So
Right.
now, yeah, it's pretty
You, you,
calm.
you know you made it when your company name, a noun, becomes a verb like
Yep.
Xerox, right?
Google.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. You Google that you made it.
Yeah. So
Yeah. They
interesting.
made it.
Yep. Yep. What
Yeah.
else? Anything else?
So you know what? I actually going through all my threads on the Country Bay Hotel. Um, as far as OEMs,
Yeah.
um, not much. I mean, there was something about Konica Minolta, Canada receiving an award for ACDI. Um, something about Canon Image Press. Xerox launched the new machine, a Prime Link B9100 series press.
Oh, up in the production side.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
production side. Laura Blackmere, um,
I
honored
saw
as
that.
2025 Inclusive Channel Leader by CRN.
What the hell is that?
Canon launched managed IT services.
Really? Go on.
Yeah. Now, realistically, I would have thought that they would have done this a few years ago, like everybody else did. KM did, Rico did,
Yeah, they all bought an IT company and then started reselling the services.
right?
What are the
They
details on the
announced the
Canon?
launch of its managed IT services with Supra ITS.
Oh, okay. So
Powered by Supra ITS, our managed IT services partner. In December 2021, Canon Canada announced an equity investment in Supra ITS, a leading full-service technology partner offering managed IT, consulting, cloud hosting, managed IT services and solutions. So it looks like they're going to partner with them for the U.S., Canada, and U.S. marketplace.
doesn't say what market segment, right? Enterprise or SMB or through the dealer channel or anything good like that. Yeah.
Offers tools to help businesses stay secure, competitive, future ready. Current IT challenges, collaboration, helps Canon deliver powerful, reliable, scalable IT solutions.
Ah,
A new managed security approach, quote unquote, 24/7 help desk. That's pretty good. 24/7 network security operations. MDR,
MDR, managed.
private and public cloud, IT infrastructure,
Huh.
BDR, and compliance. Um,
Hmm.
Otherwise, it doesn't state legacy or SMB.
All right. Press release could have been issued 10 years ago. It would
Um,
say the same thing.
yeah, except they do have this one paragraph in there with cybercrime projected to reach $12 trillion globally this year.
Hmm.
The average US data breach now costing over $9.3 million. Canon Super offer a timely, trusted solution.
That's cute.
So I don't think that number would have been that high 10 years ago. Right, Kevin?
Oh, no, it wouldn't have been that high, but
No,
inflation.
definitely not. But see, people still won't invest in cybersecurity defenses. They'll just pay the fines. They'll just ignore it.
Or let's say I've got a great, I've got a great sonic wall. Yeah, nothing's going to get through my sonic wall.
Yeah, it'll never happen. Yeah,
Right. Never happened to me.
yeah, exactly. Till it does, and then you don't want to disclose it because it's embarrassing, and you don't want your customers not to trust you. But it's going to happen to almost everybody.
It has that. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
It has happened. Yeah,
I
and
mean,
that's when they get into real trouble when they don't disclose it.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
hmm, wow, that's
Um,
very interesting. Hey,
I
wasn't there
think
something about one organization partnering with another manufacturer and bringing something new to the industry? Didn't I see a press release about that? Something to do with crickets? Yeah.
yes, it's time to move to crickets.
So yeah, I read a press release about crickets and an organization of loosely defined organization of experts in the copier industry bringing new technology to the dealers in its first round of robots with a what do they call it? An AMR. So the press release was out this week that Crickets has formed a relationship to bring robots to the channel and the channel to robots with our very first OEM Quasi, QUASI.
Yes.
And I was just looking at the videos just a second ago. Very interesting. We'll have more rolling out about it, hopefully some demos and webinars and things like that. But I think it's a great idea. And yeah, that makes it kind of official, huh, guys?
That makes it official. Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the Quasi.
Hmm.
So Greg, I know you're more in tune with the Quasi and what it does and how it can help businesses.
Yeah, yeah, I could. So it's very, very simple. So if you imagine, oh, let's go real to the basics. Like if you imagine a library and the library is a place where they used to have books. And when all these books would come back, the librarian would be pushing a tray up and down the aisles and pulling a book out and putting it back on the shelf. Well, Quasi has a tray. I call it a tray on wheels, and it moves all by itself. All right. And it moves through a building. It's autonomous. So it goes through the hallways. If there's someone in the way, it waits or it moves around obstacles. It has to be obviously taught where to go, but it can go wherever you want it to go. And a good use case is anyone who pulls parts off of a out of a warehouse, okay, and then has to wheel the cart over to an assembly area or a laboratory or something like that, right? There's time that's involved with actually the foot pedaling all the way across the warehouse. Where this thing can just you just load it up, tell it where to go, and off it goes. And then it can come back. It can go to another spot. It can remember the old days when people would have the carts delivering inter-office mail. Same basic concept. And but it's fully loaded with AIs in there. But
Right.
it's a pretty cool thing, and it's approachable budget wise right now. So the way that we look at it and fitting in the channel is, it has to be sold. So you have to have a salesperson who knows technology, but workflow, business systems, right? So the person you can talk about how this thing solves a certain problem inside a business.
Right.
Um, it can be financed, leased. So like Great America Leaf, I think is someone we've talked to. So Leaf,
DLL.
yep, DLL, sorry. And then has to be shipped in, unboxed, quote unquote, configured or ready to be delivered. Then it's got to be delivered, right? Then you have to train an end user, show them how to operate it. Then it has its life, but during the lifetime, there's going to be service. There's probably going to be some, if something goes wrong, it has to have a help desk attached to it somehow, a
Firmware.
service desk, yeah, firmware, things like that. Um, so if you resell it, you should have service parts. There's going to be warranties and all sorts of things like that. Um, if you put it under a lease, you can even at this point you can monitor how many feet it goes or what its traveling usage is, and then it needs to be retired or upgraded at the end of the lease. So it's a perfect fit for a copier dealer. Perfect, right?
Yeah.
Everything that we already do, these machines need. And so we think it's a great fit. We hope to get a few guys on board. Sure, you can still sell your coffee and your water service, but this thing plugs right into your existing talk tracks. And there's probably a way, and I'll let you figure that one out, is to tie this into more copier sales. I'm not sure how, but how
Yeah.
would you do that, Art?
So first, let me backtrack a little bit for
Sure.
people listening. What does autonomous mean?
Hmm. It does it by itself, right? So you don't have a remote control thingamajigger that you're controlling to weave around. It's
Right.
once, it's sensors. So it's got LiDAR. It can tell, it's like an autonomous car, like the Waymos and the Teslas.
Got
Basically,
it.
it's more Waymo than Tesla, but it has LiDAR. So like I said, it's autonomous. It is
Hmm.
on its own. It can do whatever it's trained or told to do, right?
Right.
On its own,
Right.
autonomous.
So interesting. One of the first use cases in a regular office I would see is mail delivery.
Yeah.
So mail delivery, small packages. Basically, I'm thinking Quasi could scan a package and might be able to deliver to that conference room, office, um, right?
Yeah.
Automatically,
Yeah.
which would save from if you're hiring a person to basically just distribute mail or packages in the office.
Absolutely. It's like the mail room, right? Still down in the mail, you're taking the mail, putting it on the cart, and off it goes. And I've seen it in front of an elevator. I'm not sure how that part of it works, right? But they show it. But so it's single story. Yeah, delivering the mail could be just one of its tasks, right? And
Right.
anything that you think about when there's to move one something to another place, it can do. And you're right, it's autonomous. And yeah, yeah,
It might help with I think it'd be a big help for larger offices, legacy offices. Maybe they have 50, 100 people. and they've got to move stuff from conference room to conference room, whether it might be projector, maybe it might be some notebooks or other items. Not having to physically carry that product and let Quasi do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure would help with disability claims. It's you hear it all the time that people get hurt in the office lifting items,
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. They've got some use case to put it in retail, right? So when you're restocking the shelves, it effectively follows you around, right? Because you can set it to do that. It'll just wait till you move and it comes closer. So I think one of the case studies they've gotten, or not case studies, but use cases, is a liquor store, and the booze comes in. The guy in the back stock room fills it up. Trays. It's got two levels of trays, and then it just follows him around while he stocks the tray, the
Again,
shelves.
he doesn't have to walk and carry.
Well, you can imagine, yeah. You could, could be said that, well, I'm just going to load it up and move it myself. Okay. Or this thing's going to help you. And that's a small use case, but I'm thinking I had this, if I were reselling it, I'd hit up every property management company in
Why?
my territory. Well, if you're renting out leasing space in a building, right? Assuming they own a building, now you've got this robot available to your tenants. Okay. So it could be, and that let the use case go from there. It could be delivering mail to the units as opposed to the stable mailbox, right? You're downstairs. But it becomes part of the lease, right? You're going to get 3 office space and here's your autonomous robot. Do whatever you want with it. Or it's going to go around and do certain tasks and carry things around throughout the building for whatever reason, like service business. Oh, wow. Yeah. Like maintenance. Oh, because those guys like HVAC up in suite 2121, it's out. So the guy goes up, he's got his pouches on, he might have a bucket, but he may have other tools that'll just follow him around. That's a
Ah,
pretty good idea.
oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Instead of making 2 or 3 trips back and forth from the supply room to whatever location they're going to.
Mhm.
Of course, you only got 2 hands, and if you don't have an autonomous cart, you would have to make maybe 2 or 3 trips to get
Oh,
whatever equipment or devices up to that location where you can load everything on the cart. It will follow you up, saves time,
yeah.
saves money,
I mean, there's all sorts of cases. If you're
right?
at a different look on campus, oh my gosh, if you're at big building that's flat, right, where we're not, and service guy is out trying to fix something, you've got a team of service guys for that whole property. Now, oh my gosh, I need a saw. I need something like
Actually,
you request it. Guy back at
casinos,
the office puts it in. Oh, casinos would be great, and off it goes. Yeah, casinos.
they're constantly doing maintenance, and
Those
they got
maintenance guys
maintenance
are
guys running all
always
over the place.
hitting all those one-armed bandits. They're always going out, things like that.
Or
Uh,
even even the
yeah,
carts that the maids use.
Yeah,
I
in
mean,
a
they're a
hotel.
lot bigger, but
hotel.
Mhm.
They're a lot bigger, but you're
there's
right.
no reason they couldn't have a bigger Quasi.
Yeah. Or let's think of one of the big. So like Impact, I think has a really big warehouse. I'm sure they do. I don't remember, but trunk stock at night or something like that, right? If you've got, it's I'm sure you're a tech. If you had to stock your trunk with initial stuff, do you ever have to like get a bunch of things? You probably do, don't you? Parts and things for your
Well,
calls.
yeah, and I have to make 4 or 5 trips depending
Yeah,
upon what I needed.
yeah. So there's lots of different
Yeah.
cases, and then I'd probably go to, and there's may not be a lot of these in your territory, but any of the research labs, any of the medical places, the pharmacies, pharmaceutical, anyone who's doing clean rooms, any type of clean room, um, where they have to move specimens and pills and equipment across the lab or across the whole operation. These things would work out real
Right.
nice.
What do
Yeah.
you think, Kevin? Any use cases on your end
Well,
with
you stole the
Quasi?
one. You stole the one from me for the hotels because they push those carts around. They have the bar, the soap, and towels and stuff. So they do that every day, all day long. Those carts are going around there.
Yep.
Um, I was thinking of um, even these people that do field service. We've got a customer that does field service. They drive around with the vans and they got all the parts in the vans. And the guys never do inventory when they take the stuff out of the van. So if you've got
Oh,
and the cart's got a little display on there so you can
Mhm.
scan the barcode as it comes out of the van. They put it on the cart. And then the cart delivers it to wherever they're going to go install. So
ooh,
again, they don't have to carry it around, and it keeps your inventory in line too. So
this
Yeah.
does,
hey, I need to replenish this stock
and
because of
prevent
this.
something else.
Shrinkage. We'll call it shrinkage.
Yes, we'll call it shrinkage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So you have real time, and it makes it easy for people, right? That's important. People don't resist technology unless it's hard, right? So if it's easy to keep their inventory, then
Hmm.
you don't have these kind of things. So yeah, I mean you've said a couple use cases, but it's got all kinds of stuff. And what I like about it is that you don't have to set up your facility to be very, you don't have to get a cart friendly facility. Whatever your
Right.
facility is with that autonomous lidar,
It's a good point. It's a good
it
point.
learns where your obstacles are. I saw when somebody, it's going along and then somebody walks in front of it, it'll stop. So it's a
Hmm.
safety cart too. So it's very impressive.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a client, I was knocking on doors this week, and they told me they didn't like their existing wide format machine because the paper was too heavy. A 500 full roll of paper, and if you got, if you got, how can I say, people that aren't that good at lifting heavy items, a roll of paper at 500 feet can be 30,
Yeah.
25 to 30 pounds.
And it's
I'm
and it's
guessing at the
big,
weight.
right? It's
Well,
so
yeah,
it's
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 3 feet
cumbersome.
long.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3 feet long, and
Hmm.
it's got some weight to it. So instead of somebody going to the stock room and hand carrying that roll of paper from the stock room over to the wide format machine, they go load it onto Quasi. Again,
Hmm.
saving from injuries in the office.
Just thought of another application too is hotels and conference centers, right? So if you are going to have your meeting here, yeah, you've got the meeting room, and then you want the bar service. Okay, well, for an extra 500 bucks or whatever, we'll have the automated bar tender or whatever you want to call it. Your Quasi will float around your conference or your what do they call them at the end of the day, right? When you go in and you have the booze and you're socializing. You guys don't want to talk about. You have a conference, right? Goes through and at 6 o'clock we're going to meet down here for beverage. Yeah,
Reception.
reception of some sort. Yeah, a post show or whatever. Where we're going to be able to network. Well, now you've got two bartenders, but now you've also got a Quasi. You can offer that as a service that this bar, the beer cart is going to be floating around or whatever you want to call it, right? Or even the hors d'oeuvres. Just shoot that out there. And it's just walking around. It's just wheeling around.
And that's super important because when I go to those things, there's a big long line at
there's
the
a
free
huge line.
open bar, right? So if that's cart going around, just pick up stuff as it comes by, or come over to you, and you can get personalized service. So
Yeah, you can do that, or just be carrying the beers around, and you
yeah,
just grab a
exactly.
beer as it goes.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's mobile. That's the point, right?
yeah,
That's the game changer.
it's a
How about the
conversational.
next
Yeah.
generation of Quasi as a bellhop?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Automatically goes to your room, put your bags on
Oh,
there.
that's a really good idea. I don't know what the weight constraints are on the Quasi, but
Well, it could be a next
the next
gen
gen, yeah, a
Quasi.
little more robust. Yeah, it's the automated bellhop. You just
Yeah.
request it, it comes up, and it goes back. It'll meet you downstairs.
Yeah,
That's
no more
interesting.
waiting 25 or 30 minutes for your bellhop to get up there because you're waiting to get into your other clothes so you can get in the damn pool.
And and I did see they have a new version of it's a stand-up robot with that arm, so it can, gather your clothing and pick stuff out of the car,
Yeah,
So it's much more well, it's a perfect complement to the cart. So it's
yeah,
amazing that
it's pretty cool.
yeah.
Oh, how about well, here's it's different track, right? How about for the dealership providing them? Okay, it's it would attract more talent, wouldn't it? If you, I think we talked about this, right? If you're looking for a service technician, yeah, we service these. You're gonna have to learn that. But we're also, can you learn how to make a cart or put a caster on this new machine? That's a whole nother discussion, right? That's a whole nother dimension. And this is the direction we're going as a dealership. We think it's important that all of our technicians who join us at least can pick up the serviceability on these as well. And as we move forward into bigger and better Androids, you want you want to attract talent that
That's
can handle
correct.
that. But talent is going to be attracted to that without even, boy, I think that's a really good leverage point. Hmm. Right?
Uh,
I mean, okay, so
Probably
you're
the most important one.
I think so. Come, but it's like, do all these other things, but look what it's going to do. It's not like, okay, we're selling water service, so the tech's thinking, well, they don't have to tech on that. I'm guessing the water machines are pretty self, but that adds no attractability for a technician, right? So
Nobody wants to get into be a copier technician for 10 or 20 years and knowing
yeah,
that the copier industry is dying a slow death.
right, right. But I'm thinking of the other alternatives, other ones that picked up those jumbotrons that people sell, the dealers sell. There may have been a little bit of interest there, attraction.
So
But yeah,
let's show everybody a
interesting.
little bit about Quasi. I'll
Oh, you
share
got
my
something?
screen
Hmm.
and we can talk about it. All right, everybody can see it. You
Yep,
guys can see it, right?
we sure can.
Yeah.
So this is Quasi. This is the cart. It's got LiDAR on it. Of course, it's motorized. It's autonomous, like Greg stated.
There it is. That's a lab environment right there.
It's actually got the
Whoa.
screen on it. Somebody interfacing with the robot and
Off it
sends it
goes.
to its next destination. And since it's got the LiDAR, it's got everything all mapped out. In addition, it's got avoidance software where it's going to avoid people or avoid objects. And on delivery with intelligence automation. I think that's pretty cool.
Hmm. That's neat.
Yeah, and I can just, next gen, future gens, um, you know, the reason, you know, is dealers who don't want to get into managed IT, or if they've gotten into water, and I know water's pretty lucrative, and a lot of dealers like
Yeah.
water, right?
I think it's yeah.
But at some point in time, we all know print's eroding; it's coming down. You're probably going to need something else than water. So, what's the next great planned obsolescence? We firmly believe it's going to be robots. It's going to maybe start with a unit like the Quasi, but it can advance to other units. Like we've spoken about the KBot device recently.
Mhm.
Under 20 grand, that's $400 a month on the lease. And you can program it to do all sorts of great stuff.
Yeah, and I don't think I've seen anything like this since the PC, right? When the first IBM PC, or yeah, it doesn't matter, but those personal computers, because nobody had one. Nobody had a personal computer, and there was Apple IIe, IBM XTs. That was it. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like all of a sudden they were everywhere. Every kitchen table had one. In the consumer market, actually outgrew the business to business. It took longer to go into B2B, but it did hit. And now, there were you can't get into any business situation at all without a PC of some sort. And that's what a lot of people say is going to happen with robots, right? We're talking like 20 grand right now, like what you said. Once it hits scale, it's going to be, in the hundreds, it could be. And I remember we used to laugh because these IBM PS2s were 15 grand a pop, right, for a server.
Yeah.
And you used to hear words, well, maybe more. You used to hear scuttlebutt about, oh, well, Walmart's going to start selling computers. And we would laugh. It's like, I'm working at a microwave or in a comp or one of computer lands, one of those. It's like, no way, a computer, you're not going to be able to sell that. You need to set it up. You need to install it. You need to do all this. It's complicated. It never come out of Walmart. It did. And, then there was this flurry of 30 different brands, and they were all different to a certain degree, or they weren't. They were just the exact same with a different label on it.
Right.
So I'm kind of getting that feeling with the
Yeah,
robotics.
and that feeling goes you back to, believe it or not, it goes back to the 70s. And
Hmm.
for all you dealers out there and copier dealers and OEMs that have been in business for a while, keep in mind the great thing that happened in the 70s is when Xerox released their patent expired on xerography. Every manufacturer in Japan started manufacturing copiers. Toshiba, Ricoh, Canon, Mita. The list goes on, and many companies that that were manufacturing, they have a past presence now, but they got into that copier industry because it was a great planned obsolescence model.
Hmm.
As we've said before, there's no company that will make a robot that will last forever. And our industry is probably the best industry solution for maintenance, service, and support.
I think, yeah, and starting in the B2B realm without going to B2C is perfect. It's very similar. You're right to the old days with the copiers, right? There were lots of businesses that didn't have photocopiers, right? And then that kind of spurred on because the price came down, multiple people involved, multiple manufacturers, which is very interesting, Art, because right now in the robotics, you don't hear about patents, right? And there's no big it seems like almost anyone is building a robot now, but there's no exclusive rights to any specific thing right now. Huh.
And that's probably by
Huh.
intent because when it's a burgeoning kind of industry and technology, you want people to be creative and
Yep.
open and
Yep.
just try stuff. And then once there is a solid thing, then the big manufacturers will patent it, right? But like a lot of the robots that I see have open operating systems and open
Yeah, that's right.
integrations, and
Yep.
they'll give you all the tools to develop something. So that's what I see right now. It's like it's the Wild
Yep.
West,
That's a
like,
good
and,
point.
and they give you, a free operating system, free robotic operating system, free APIs, free SDKs, source code, everything you need to create an
Yep.
application, and they want you to kind of create the use case, and they can probably learn from your use cases, right? But
Right.
so
So,
they
Well, that's
they
very
benefit
interesting.
from it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking
so
of the more quote unquote advanced dealership who
Hmm.
has truly technical person or people on board. They could create their own use case,
Sure.
right? So now the dealership, and I know not many people are going to do this, but the dealership could create a verticalized robot case.
and use it in house to develop their robotic um, systems.
You know what? You're absolutely, and we started seeing that, I think, in the last 8 years or so, where dealerships, and you see it when they brought in marketing departments, right? And what happens, the cost of marketing went down. They would hire a marketing person. Okay. This person will get really, really good at doing marketing. All right, we need two more people. Now we've got a marketing department. You know what? Let's sell our marketing services to our clients. And that's what they did. They did it
Right.
in-house first and spun it off and started selling it in-house. Or I'm
Right.
sorry, selling it to
Yep.
their customers. I, I hate to bring them up again, but I think Impact did that. I think they were like maybe one of the first ones that really did that. And their marketing division now is pretty popular because you obviously they could sell to their customers, but then other dealerships would engage their marketing. So same basic idea. Drink your own champagne, make your own champagne, drink your own champagne, and then sell your
Cook
champagne.
what you eat.
Yep. Cook what you eat. I never
Yeah.
liked we eat our own dog food around here.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know about
hey,
that.
so I want to share my screen one more time
Yeah.
with a robotics company I've been following, and maybe we can talk a little bit about them. The K-bot.
You're all over this one.
Yeah, I'm all over this
I
one.
know. I love it.
Price. Um, of course, they've got an order now. $11,000 second batch
Oh, this
pricing.
is the one they're slugging. Oh,
Yeah, this is the one they're pushing, not pushing too hard, right?
well, yeah, they're giving a chance to recover the gyro system.
Slinging burgers.
I like the slinging burgers one.
Uh,
Making
I guess
toast, making
making
toast.
dough or pie or whatever. It's got a cute head, right?
Got to do that.
And it's got a
Oh,
really cool
hold on.
hand.
Ooh. Oh,
And it's like Terminator. I guess
it's a transformer.
you can replace them.
He's got a
Now I'm
spatula.
curious, what can we actually get two hands? Could we get two spatulas? Could we get one gripper and one spatula? Could
Will
we
it
get
juggle?
one? I guess not yet, right?
Yeah.
Full autonomy, right? And these are their release dates. Full autonomy by this time next year, June of 2026. So let's get into now customization. 5-finger hand, right? Advanced AI. Kevin could
Mm-hmm.
probably help us out with a little of that. And now the full autonomy package.
Wait, you get
And
to choose your color? What is that?
no, I don't. Yeah, you can choose your color. Sunlight gold.
As long as
It
it's
doesn't come
black.
in sunlight gold, black or white. So
Yeah.
available only after referring at least two people. All right. Anyway, 18 grand. All right. 18 grand is only 360 a month on an office equipment lease. Right? That's what? That's $10 a day. 33 days, 30 days a week, a little bit more than $10 a day.
And
So
Art,
Kevin,
if I could just say why, where you introduced this to me. So I was concerned about some of the robots that I've seen had very rigid hands, and we were the use case. One of the use cases is open paper drawers and putting toner in. It took very much dexterity with your hand, right? And
Mhm.
a lot of robots are very mechanical. So Art showed us this, and the first thing I thought was, because what I've seen a little bit was a robot like this what cost $50,000. That was just my perception, right? When Art told me it's like so so affordable, all things considered, I was like amazing. And then that hand has this kind of capability, maybe enough force and dexterity to make toast like it's doing and all that kind of stuff. So that was one thing. The hardware, the cost was a lot less than I thought. The ability of the hand to do sophisticated things was impressive. So the hardware is impressive and the price is impressive. Then I looked at the software available. So most of these, what I've seen, just run on like a little Raspberry Pi. It's a mini computer that controls these guys, right?
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
so again, it's an open source operating system. And then I looked at the technical design. They put the schematic of the design. They want you to integrate with these robots, right? So
Yeah, there you go.
the, these manufacturers will give you the hardware. They'll give you some sampled code that can do things, but they want you to be creative with it, right? So, and then they even give you the software for it, the software, the hardware. So this is what they yes, exactly right here. So all this stuff is publicly available. So my prediction is that they would be more than willing to, not just this company, but any kind of robotics company. They're dying for people that have creative thoughts and want to work with their stuff. So it's just amazing. Like a use case that I thought couldn't have been done: open a paper tray, put fuser in, replace the toners. Find out, go to one of these machines. Art and Greg are educating me that they have different color ink cartridges, right? Different ones, so it could detect the green one and the yellow one, and actually put that out. Go to the inventory, pull it, and so I think this is all within reason if somebody's creative enough to do it.
Yeah, it's within reason.
I agree. And how
I'd
about
have to.
instead of a spatula,
Yeah.
we have a Phillips screwdriver on the end of it, and we've got a grabber on the other arm.
Oh my gosh.
I think the possibilities are unlimited.
Well, there's going to be you won't have to attach it. You'll have a spin, it'll spin around the different, you know, attachments. Will
But
all
you
be in
see
one
this,
arm.
they're actually,
What are they
I'm
doing?
going to cut the volume, but they're
Ah!
actually taking the K-bot apart.
Oh, really?
Yes. And showing you how easy it is to actually take the K-bot apart. So I'm going
So
to stop sharing the screen now.
it's they're almost like hobby kits, but they're not, right? Remember? Well, yeah, we
I
might
would
be
say
in.
they are
Yeah,
hobby kits.
yeah, they are.
OpenAI source, and they're actually giving out prizes to clients
It's genius.
who can develop, I guess, different POCs.
It's a brilliant moment in time, right? Because they want to give you all this. At a certain point, probably in a couple years when they got like mass production and lots of integrations, you won't get that kind of attention. But
Right.
now is the time to get in because they will give you all that stuff and prizes and interest and exclusivity maybe.
Wow.
There's all kinds of time. But on the opportunity side, like working with these things, they have a lot of motors and servos and battery packs and parts. And there isn't a nice supply chain yet, right? So if you
Correct.
step up, these things do have a lot of parts and a lot of software, and there's a
Yep.
lot of potential
Where
failure for these.
wearable
Mm-hmm.
parts. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure the
Yep.
soles, the where it walks are going to be wearable parts.
Oh yeah.
The
Mhm.
fingers are going to be wearable parts.
Yeah.
The servos aren't going to last forever. We're going to need consistent firmware updates for the new models or um,
Wow.
so
Huh.
yeah, it's really, really interesting. The video here, I just want to go back to this video real quick, then
Mm-hmm.
we'll jump on to something else. Is basically they're showing the batteries on the
Yeah.
system and how the batteries load into the K-bot.
Huh.
This is important too, Art, because this is one of the things on our consortium that we've been talking about is batteries is like a big deal because
Huge deal.
replace it, like some of them you have to take screws and replace them out. So easily replace them and they don't last a whole long, These
I
some
think
of these
this says it'll stay at 4 hours, but cut that in half. I usually
Mhm.
for realistic.
So Greg, I'm going to go back to you for a moment. I'm going to go, maybe if you have two K-bots, one robot can replace the other robot's battery.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw one where it replaces its own battery, but right? Because the servos, the arms flip around and he takes out his battery and puts it down, puts another one in.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So the technology
it's
is
crazy. I
absolutely, yeah,
know.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
wow.
And
Jeez.
And
Can't help
like
but think
Kevin
so.
said, this is the wild, wild west. The future is yet to come, but dealers who get in early can write their own future. And as we all know, early adopters can make the most of their opportunities, along with margins and profit.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Hey, so we're into the last 15 minutes. So let's talk about our event with Twain and
Oh yeah,
Celeste.
absolutely. What do you want to talk about?
Tell us what we're going to do with Celeste at Twain Converge.
So
Okay.
let me just
Yeah.
tell everybody what Twain Converge is.
Okay.
This will be our third event hosted by the Twain Working Group. They've been called Twain Developers Days in the past few years. This one's Converge because everybody says we still want to do the hands-on integration and all that kind of stuff, but we really love the business stuff. We had National Archives, we had a forensics person last year. Again, so they wanted more business content. So Converge is the converge of technology, hands-on and business roundtable. So it'd be the same exact format. It's in Safety Harbor, Florida, which is a beautiful spa and resort, and it's on November 12th and 13th. And then, Greg, you
Hmm.
can give the details of what we're going to do this year that's new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
great little town, by the way.
Yes.
haven't been there. I have heard good things from you guys, but yeah. So what Art and I are going to do or not during the show, but at the show, and the scheduling will be determined. I just don't, it is determined. I don't remember it. But what we're going to do is conduct one of our, and it's actually an in-depth how to use LLMs to sell more stuff, more copiers, right? And we'll bring in our girl Celeste, which is a custom OpenAI project that we've been working on for months that is specifically designed to help salespeople. Its mission statement is to allow you to never have to go to another sales training or read another sales training book because it's going to be all in this. Well, we call her Celeste, and we had her on a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago. So we're going to teach from the basics. And again, I should really back up. Say this is OpenAI based. It's not what are the other ones, Perplexity or this is OpenAI's uh, um,
Platform.
LLM. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But we're gonna, obviously the introduction of the ideas behind, and then we'll get into specifics, and it could be anything. Talk of use cases. It's like what Art has done and a daily process and a daily methodology to increase sales, sell more copiers, right? So we're going to talk about everything from how, the basics.
Prospect quicker.
Yeah. And right,
Right.
Art, it's great. These lessons will increase revenues, but really decrease the amount of time it takes to do what you're already doing, and it just takes more time, like prospecting, qualifying before you even get on the call, everything that a good sales manager would do or a good admin would help you do. All right, would you're going to be able to do it with our system and spend less time than you do at the CRM, right? You won't. This is so easy. It's incredible. But that's what we're gonna do at the show. We're looking really forward to it. I'm not sure on how long it's gonna be, but the session's gonna be, I think, the first day. Is that right, Art? Or
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
first day.
Yeah,
okay,
November 12th. Yes.
November 12th.
Right. The
And
what we're doing is free, right? There's no cost to come into our show. However, there is a cost to attend the Twain Converge event, which will get you all the talk tracks that are in Twain Converge as well. So the Celeste thing is a great thing, but the talk track for Twain Converge can help many dealerships and many salespeople get them to that next level for IDP. It can get them for knowing more about C2PA. And Kevin, take it from here about some of the advanced courses or classes that they can expect.
Yeah, so last 2 years, there's been tangible business that has been done at the event. So there was actually people that did transactions there and then continued it. So we really urge that, and I'm very proud that we've been able to make those connections, because a lot of conferences you go to boondoggle, and it is some of that because Safety Harbor is a beautiful place, but there's business to be done. So some of the tracks, I'll just highlight them. So number one is enhancing your career, either enhancing your business career or your personal value with hands-on LLM. And because the reason is that records managers and information management professionals, usually you had to go to IT and say, hey, create me a Java application, create me an application, and they go program it in Java or Python. But with AI, you as a user trains the AI. In other words, you go onto AI, you go onto OpenAI or Google, and when you say thumbs up, thumbs down, you're training it. So it's called reinforced learning. So this is how records managers you don't have to go to IT. You could train the AI on your own. So we're gonna tell this story that you are a valuable person. You're a data custodian, you're an information management professional. So there's a whole group that does a really good job. They're trusted people, they're certified people, they're trained people to manage very sensitive information. Okay. So we're gonna talk about that. But then we have some case studies on some applications that have been built that to show you this is you in this industry, for example. Now you apply it to your own use case. So we're going to take that progression of, talking about enhancing your personal value or your professional value. We're going to show you an application. Then we're going to show you a case study about it. So those are a couple things. We're going to do this robotics consortium. We're going to talk about what we've learned doing this consortium too and programming these robots. And the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like the ugly, what I'm seeing so far is battery and energy needs to be a serious concern about this. How are you going to keep these things programmed? Is it going to cost? Do the batteries last a long time? It's a topic we need to consider. So those couple things. So it'll be interactive. It's going to be November 12th and 13th. So it's going to be a lot less than just document scanning. So everybody has this impression that Twain is document scanning, which is true. We have some of that. But it's going to be AI, robotics, IDP kind of focused.
Got it. So what's the cost, Kevin, for if a dealer wants to attend?
So it's just $500 just for a general admission ticket. We do have some sponsorships available if you want to do like a keynote or a presentation. These are not meant to be advertisements. If you want to provide an educational session, and they're roundtable interactive sessions. It's not just PowerPoint, right? Well, I
Right.
talked to one of the presenters today. They're doing one slide, that's it, and then
Right.
having an interact, just like
Right.
last couple of years.
So,
Right?
so, so it's not like BTA where you go to BTA and they got a speaker up there and basically all they're trying to do is sell you their services.
No, absolutely. We will
This is
not allow it.
Every
educational,
show.
period.
It is. It is.
Got it. And aren't you going to have a track on C2PA?
We will. So
What
content
is that? What is that?
Yeah, maybe Art, you're a big fan of C2PA. It's a
I'm a big fan.
uh,
I'm a beginner to a novice with C2PA, but basically it's the authentication of documents and pictures, if they're real or if they're fake.
yeah. So C2PA is a coalition for content and provenance authenticity. So it's proving where the source of this image or this video or LLM data set. So it's basically a recipe that lives with the content, and you can know where it came from, who digitally signed it. So C2PA has been an open source project. That's why the Twain Working Group and C2PA work so nicely together. It's a free open source specification that you can go get. They've been working, Adobe's kind of leading it, but nobody owns it, right? Because it's open source. Microsoft's part of it, Sony, Canon, lots of, I think, 1,500 member companies. But basically, you have an image or a video or a PDF file, and this recipe lives with that thing. It's called a manifest file. And it's getting a lot of attention, and it's going mainstream now. So if you look on LinkedIn, there's a lot of the images and videos will have a little CR credential. You just click that and you can see, hey, this was generated by OpenAI, by Art Post on this date and this time. It was signed by OpenAI because OpenAI was the content creator of that. So it's a way that, and we're going to put it in the robots that are going to be there. The robots can take pictures and videos, so we'll sign them with C2PA. And then when you get that, you know that Art did really send me this. It's not a faked invoice or it's not a deep faked video because they're so hard to detect anymore. They're
Oh,
so realistic.
wow.
Yeah. So you read all these stories about, financial, $100,000 fake invoice got paid, or
Yeah,
a
that just
fake,
happened, or something like that just happened. It's like
yeah, or fake
fake
videos
documents.
that might cause World War III, right? We've been pretty close of these things almost happening, and they
Yeah.
can happen. So
What's that?
Oh no,
it's content.
they in the copier industry, they happen all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's such thing, and Greg knows, it's called toner pirates. And basically, they're sending you invoices that aren't legit. They either never
Wow.
shipped you the product, or they shipped you generic product, and you never authorized that you would buy it. And
Right.
these companies are getting these
Wow.
invoices that aren't coming from their vendor.
Right.
There you go. That's a perfect use case. Yeah. The invoices come in. If they don't have that C2PA content credentials, it goes into an exception queue. Maybe you just don't delete it, but
Right.
it
Right.
goes
Right.
in some different approval. If it's got the CR, you just automatically approve it. It goes through. So for
Pretty cool.
publishers of the invoices, you want to do that because you can get paid more reliably and quicker. So there's a consumer and a creator of this stuff. So
Right.
if you get both of them agreeing, then you could get more efficiency. That's the whole point. Yeah, it's great.
That's interesting. Wow. So,
Hey,
just real quick, all right, is it you call it converge, and it actually is. I mean, I
Yes.
think of Twain, the olden days Twain,
Yeah,
Twain
yeah.
compliance scanners, the flatbeds, and
right.
that. but it's so much more. And I think I saw the agenda is chock full of AI
It
stuff.
is.
It's
Yeah.
and then robotics. It's like, wow.
Mhm.
So it's the 12th and the 13th, correct?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes.
Golf is on the 11th,
Correct.
correct?
Oh,
What would be
okay.
the cost for if people want to go and golf?
Golf, it's still to be determined, but about $125, I think, and that includes drinks and food too, and
Does it
green
include
fees.
clubs?
Rental clubs, yeah, rental clubs, cart, 125 for everything.
Well, that's not bad.
No,
Yeah,
it's not bad at all.
it's a private course, so we
Maybe
got
we
them.
can get a K-bot there to deliver drinks.
We were thinking about
I
doing it.
love that
Yeah.
idea. I love that idea.
And we're
Wow.
looking for a sponsor of golf too. It's always a fun time. So if somebody wants to step up and some company wants to sponsor it, we'll have your technology there, have signage or event prizes or something.
Boy, we
Got
should
it.
have one of those golf robots.
So let's go over for $500.
Yeah,
They
500
come
is a
they come on the 12th, right?
yeah.
They get to see Celeste with Greg and I,
Hmm.
right? They get lunch,
On the 12th, yes, they'll get lunch. They'll get to
correct?
see. They'll do the live show with you guys
They'll
if they
get to
want
see
to.
our live show
Oh
on the
yeah, forgot
12th.
forgot to mention that. Yeah, we're gonna do our live show there.
So the evening of the 12th will be the networking event,
Yep, the opening reception. They get to
right?
participate in that. Yep,
Day 12 will be the education and the POC on the robots,
that'll be on the 13th.
the 13th.
Yep.
Got it. And I think on the evening of the 13th is a little end soiree, correct?
Yeah, we have a award ceremony and interactive with the robots. So you'll be able to talk and interact with the robots. And it's a social, and that will be the end of it on the evening of the 13th.
Correct. And have you given your robot a name yet?
I was thinking of Cricketoid or something like that. So no,
Ooh,
I have not yet. Have you?
Crictoid,
Have you?
Crictoid.
Have you? He's called Tony Pie out of the box, but I don't like that. I need to change him to something else.
Yeah, ours is just going to be Cricket One.
Cricket.
Cricket.
I love it.
I'll be
Cricket One.
Cricket 2.
That's
Cricket Two. And we should have a third robot
We
from
will.
oh, that's right.
a dealer in South Africa, correct?
Yeah, robotics. Yeah, and he'll have a different use case for his robot. So we're going to showcase is different kinds of robots: a humanoid, a cart, a jet rover, kind of movable with a big arm, and then the jet rovers with two different use cases on there. And
Hmm.
the South African reseller dealer, he's got one use case. Then Art, you got another use case. So as we develop them, we'll have different use cases, different types of robots, and
Got
the
it.
whole point is like, yeah, you can.
Got it.
Yeah,
And we're going to have a physical copy machine there
we
from
will.
Yeah.
Caton, right?
Yep.
Courtesy of Caton.
Yep.
And we're going to have a service tech manual, and we're going to interact with the robot, and we're going to show it how we'll go get supplies and bring it over to the copy machine. And then the other proof of concept is we're going to actually interact with the robot about different questions about service issues with an MFP, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's got a large language model, so you could talk to it like a human, just like you'd talk to Celeste and your
Mhm.
OpenAI. So that's the way you interface with these things is through an LLM. And the whole point, this thing, AI and LLM project, right? So that the brain of it, to me, is the most important thing. The functionality of the how it moves and whatnot is super important, and that's a result of the training of the robots.
Wow.
I
It
can't
sounds
wait.
cool. It sounds really cool from
It's
the
going to be
outside. Going, man,
exciting.
that's a pretty neat stand up. I love it. All right, cool.
Yeah, so it's 4:59. We are at the witching hour. See, I need another drink. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please contact us if you're interested in attending the event. I think the value is tremendous based on the investment. You're going to get the whole education seminar with Twain Converge. And you're going to get Greg and I actually given a lot of time for Celeste and how to prospect for copiers and save tremendous amounts of time.
Yeah.
So we'd like you to like, follow, and share. And that's it. We'll see you next Friday at 4 p.m.
Excellent. See ya.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks,
Thank
Greg.
you. Appreciate it.